What's going on, loved ones? This is Neo. All right, listen. I normally don't give too much of a damn about what y'all think about what I do, what y'all have to say about what I say, whatever. I normally don't care because, like I said, opinions ain't special. Everybody got one. However, this is something I feel very strongly on, and I need y'all to hear this from the horse's mouth, not the publicist's computer. So check this out. First and foremost, I do not apologize for having an opinion on this matter.
Boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I have to do another follow-up to this story about Neo, who dared to speak out against woke gender ideology being pushed on children, aka transitioning kids, right? He came out on Vlad TV and said, hey, I'm not for parents transitioning their kids, right? Boys are boys, girls are girls, okay? He stated basic biological facts, and in 2023, apparently that is controversial. So controversial that I knew that Neo would issue an apology, right? I said in my video, I said, yeah, get this man 48 hours. He's going to issue a groveling apology to the mob, talking about how he plans to educate himself on the issue and that he loves the LGBT community. He didn't mean to hurt anybody's feelings, etc., 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 right? That apology that he released on Twitter or X, whatever you want to call the app, that apology sounded like it came straight from his publicist, his PR person, which apparently it did, because Neo has now released a video on Instagram retracting his apology, right? Said, I don't apologize for nothing, right? I am going to stand on my beliefs. I don't believe that kids should be transitioning. And he's basically pushing back against the mob, which is something that you love to see, right? So I want to go ahead and play this video of Neo, who seems to be taking a 180 when it comes to this issue. And this is going to get very interesting, folks, okay? Because now that he's releasing this video, best believe that the heat is really going to turn up on this man. But hey, according to him, he doesn't care if he gets canceled. We'll see. Take a look.
What's going on, loved ones? This is Neo. All right, listen. I normally don't give too much of a damn about what y'all think about what I do, what y'all have to say about what I say, whatever. I normally don't care because, like I said, opinions ain't special. Everybody got one. However, this is something I feel very strongly on, and I need y'all to hear this from the horse's mouth, not the publicist's computer. So check this out. First and foremost, I do not apologize for having an opinion on this matter. I am a 43-year-old heterosexual man raising 5 boys and 2 girls, okay? That's my reality. Now, if my opinion offended somebody, yeah, sure, I apologize for you being offended because that wasn't my intention. My intention is never to offend anybody. However, I'm entitled to feel how I feel. I'm absolutely entitled to feel how I feel the same way you are entitled to feel how you feel. I ain't asked nobody to follow me. I ain't asked nobody to agree with me. I was asked a question and I answered the damn question, okay? I have no beef with the LGBTQIA plus community whatsoever. I ain't got no beef with y'all. Do whatever the hell it is you want to do. Do what you want to do with your kids. However, somebody asked my opinion on this matter, and this is how I feel. I will never be okay with allowing a child to make a decision that detrimental to their life. I will never be okay with that. I don't care. I definitely plan to educate myself a little bit more on this matter. However, I doubt that there's any book anywhere or any opinion that somebody's going to tell me that's going to make me okay with letting a child make a decision like that. That's just period, point blank, and that's how I feel. If I get canceled for this, then you know what? Maybe this is a world where they don't need a Neo no more, all right? And I got no problem with that. I'm a hustler, all right? I'll figure it out. I got kids to raise, and I'm going to do that regardless. So with that being said, y'all have a good day. I love everybody. Live how you want to live, love how you want to love, but your opinion is yours. Speak your opinion as much as you damn well feel like it. Because as I said, they're not important. They're not special. Everybody got one, and you're entitled to it. I'm entitled to mine, all right? Y'all feel how y'all want to feel. Have a great day. It's Neo. Peace and love.
Yeah, so this situation is getting interesting, okay? It is extremely fascinating because I think it does kind of show you how a lot of these people, these celebrities who come out here and issue these groveling apologies, they actually aren't the ones apologizing, right? The people that are actually apologizing are their PR folks, right? Their publicists. They're the ones that are apologizing and posting these apologies right after the mob attacks. Apparently, Neo believes what he believes, right? He's going to stand on his beliefs, and he feels so strongly about his beliefs that he came out and he made a video in response, right? Basically saying, look, I'm not going to apologize for having my opinions, right? Which he shouldn't have to in the first place. Okay. And I think Neo has taken a leap into politics, and he's definitely going to be at the center of this culture war. And this is going to be very, very, very interesting, again, because he happens to be black. Okay. He is a pop star. He is in the entertainment industry, and we know that all these people in the entertainment industry, they have to bend the knee if they want to continue to be a part of that industry, if they want to keep making money, right? So now that he's come out and he is basically standing on his opinion, right? He's not backing down. I think that the heat and the pressure is going to turn up on him. So let's read some of the comments here, right? On his video. This person says, I agree with him that the community always wants to cancel someone because they have an opinion. This is one of the most emotionally mature responses to backlash that I've ever seen. Much respect. No apology was necessary in the first place. You're entitled to how you feel. Never apologize for having an opinion. Do not apologize for offending someone else, as they are in control of what they find offensive, and they can just as easily be not offended. It is an emotional response, and they are in control of their own emotions, or at least they are supposed to be. Yeah, so all these comments are in support of Neo. Let's actually read a comment here that I guess is not so supportive, right? So let's read this. This person says, hey, friend, I just finished watching the interview, and I think my main concern is that a lot of the things that you and Gloria Valdez were saying was actually misinformation that is anti-trans propaganda, and that has been pushed for by conservative media, when you just need to educate yourself more on what it means for children to have gender dysphoria and what the medical and psychological professionals are saying about what is the best way to go forward with these children. I hear you in that you would likely not be the parent that would condone transitioning. The misconception that you and Gloria have is that transitioning is medical and surgical for children, and that is grossly incorrect. No medical professional is going to suggest that a 5 to 6 year old medically or surgically transition, or not even a 12-year-old surgically or medically transition. Well, the 12-year-old part is not true, because when you're 12, that's when you're starting puberty. They will put you on puberty blockers. Okay, so what this person is saying is not true. Again, it's funny how these people, they want to be the arbiters of what is misinformation, not misinformation, and then they proceed to post misinformation, right, in defense of, their ideology, okay, to try to pretend like, well, it's just conspiracies from the right, okay? And here's also, furthermore, they might not necessarily be surgically pushing it on children, except, they kind of are, because you can be a 15-year-old girl and get a mastectomy, right? You can get your breast cut off, okay? But eventually it's going to get to that point. Eventually it's going to get to the point where they're going to say, yeah, we need to, have, genital surgery on kids below the age of 18. That's going to be something that, again, it's going to come down the pipeline, because what happens with this stuff is that it becomes more and more and more extreme, right? When you give these people an inch, they take a whole mile. So again, the reason why you have to nip it in the bud now, and the reason why you have to push back hard now, because we know where this is going. There's a ton of money to be made off of these kids and transitioning them. Again, this is the lifetime value of transitioning a kid is over $100,000, right? I mean, you're talking about a reoccurring payment, right, in perpetuity, okay, from a child if they transition. Let's say they start with social transitioning, right? Which this is where they say, oh, well, you're just telling a boy that he's a girl and that's it. Okay, well, if you keep up with this, okay, and you keep putting this in this child's head, eventually they're going to go on puberty blockers, right? Which, again, they're going to have to be on these hormones for the rest of their lives, okay? Again, this is payment into perpetuity for the medical and big pharma, right? And then on top of that, once they, become the age of 16, 18, then they're going to start to get the surgeries, okay? And now you have this big costly surgery that's probably going to cost about $100,000. And then on top of that, they have to stay on the hormones and then have follow-ups and probably get surgery again because the doctor messed up or whatever. Again, it's big money to be made off these kids when it comes to this, right? And this is why I just don't trust the medical community on this issue. I just don't. I don't trust them. Okay? the amount of kids that have gender dysphoria that are identifying with this stuff has increased exponentially over the past 5 or 6, 7 years. Okay, we didn't have a bunch of stuff 20, 30 years ago. Well, how does that happen? Right? That's not something that occurs naturally. That's something that happens when it's being pushed on children. Okay, but again, the reason why is because this is a brand new market, and it's a huge market. Okay, because again, every child you're talking about at least what? $100,000, $200,000 that can be made off of this, okay, per child that you're transitioning. So again, I think people, they have blind trust in a medical establishment that clearly has a financial incentive to promote something that, you know, we really don't have that much scientific evidence and data in regards to it actually working to solve the problem that they claim they're trying to solve, right? And again, it's just funny because the left used to be anti big pharma, right? They used to have distrust in the medical establishment, but now when it comes to this issue, no. You have to trust the doctors. You have to trust, the surgeons. You got to trust the psychiatrists, the therapists. You need to trust them, right? You need to trust them. Just do whatever they tell you to do, right? Again, it's amazing how politics have evolved over the past few years. We really are living an upside down world. So I think what needs to happen is when we are having these conversations, we make sure that we have the conversations from a place of knowledge. And if we like that knowledge, we should not have an opinion. Because there's so much misinformation online about trans identity, and right-wing conservatives use children as scapegoats to push for the anti-trans propaganda. Yeah, I mean, this post is propaganda, right? This post is propaganda. Okay. So yeah, I mean, it seems like most people are supporting him, right? And he should know. He should know that, yeah, most people are going to support you. Most people agree with what you're saying. Okay. And it's important that you use your platform to speak up. If this is the opinion that you have, use your platform to speak up and to push back against the mob. Okay. I mean, at the end of the day, you're rich, right? I hope that you got a good financial advisor, right? And I mean, that's the thing I don't understand about a lot of these rich people. I'm like, bro, if you're sitting on $15-20 million, okay, you can make a good amount of money just by putting your money in, an income producing investment, right? I mean, you should have enough income coming in where you can live very comfortably, and you don't need the money coming from the entertainment industry anymore, right? You don't need it. Again, I'm not sure if it's greed or what, but again, I'm so surprised that you see a lot of these celebrities fold on this stuff when, again, it's like you're rich. You've already made it, right? I don't understand why you're so concerned about, making an extra $2 or $3 or $4 million when you're sitting on 20, 40, 50 million. Now, again, I'm not sure if Neo is that rich, but, I mean, the guy has written songs for Beyonce, Rihanna. I mean, he seems to be pretty accomplished as an artist himself when it comes to singing. I used to listen to Neo a lot growing up, when I was in my simp phase, right? I always turned to Neo, when I wanted to simp over some random girl. I'm listening to So Sick, Because of You, Sexy Love, right? All that stuff, okay? I'm listening to all that stuff. Miss Independent. Neo is one of my go-to simp artists, right? But I can't go to him when I'm simping when he's folding, right? So again, if that's not your opinion, if you don't apologize, then you need to get your publicist to take down your apology on X, right? Because on X, it sounds like you're groveling to the mob, right? You're bending over and taking it from the mob, okay? So you need to have your publicist take that down, right? And stand up for what you believe in if that's what you actually believe, okay? So, hey, we'll see what happens. We'll see if he sticks to his guns. It sounds like he will. I actually believe this time that he will. But again, we'll see, right? Wouldn't be surprised if he folds again. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Most importantly, share a Black conservative perspective. Peace.